Oh. Oy, oy, oy.
Hi, 3. You look pretty good right now.
Okay, a little comfort.
Hi, 3.
A little comfort.
I'm just reading this kind of medical book, and they keep saying one of the most important things is words of comfort.
Yeah, okay, we'll give you words of comfort. Such a sweet dog. I feel good.
It just looks with like total love or...
He does. Presence. Really just
Yeah, like,
reaching out, wanting to just be with so strongly in spite of all this pain and such a beautiful dog. And I don't know how long, but it was shocking. It was really, maybe we did have him a few years. And it was like, somehow he went off and he didn't come back. And it was so unlike me. I had never done that before. And I had just really become attached to him, and it was, oh my. We get a phone call. Somebody saw him all the way down. He had wandered down to Canyon Road, and they were staying at the El Dorado Hotel, and they just fell in love with him, so they took him back to the hotel, and then they found in the phone book, Red Healer Special Services on Delgado Street. So they called this woman who had a thing for little healers and had a little business set up, and he went there, and she was somebody who just loved Red Healers. She was like the saint of Red Healers, and that's where he ended up. And I got a phone call from her saying, come pick, to come pick him up. It's like, and there he was with all these other Red Healers had been
How did she
at the spa.
How did she have your? No, you were the owner.
I think it was through the
tag?
They called
the chip. You had a chip
on his license. So from the very start, he was always watched over. He was part,
and he got named 3.
He got named 3 because he came that way. He had been up in El Rito, and he was a little puppy, and he had his tail cut off, because that's what they do to healers to make them cow dogs. And somehow he got lost, and Lisa found him. And they brought him down and showed him to Buster, and Buster fell in love with him. And Lisa already had a crazy dog named Shoten. And so Lisa and Buster brought and asked if 3 could stay with me. And they said somehow Lisa, the name 3 was important. Had some deep meaning for Lisa at the time in relationship to Buddhism, and so he arrived as 3. And then his luck changed. About a year and a half later, John arrived.
thank goodness.
Thank goodness. And he's had a wonderful...
Got some attention.
He was a boy. He was so frisky. We lived at that house over near the Rose Park.
Escalante.
Yeah, and he had so much energy. We would take him, and Buster and I would have to run him for hours and hours. And we taught him in that little neighborhood how to heal. He would walk right on our footsteps, and he ate all of our patio furniture. He was kind of mischiefy. And then, about a year later, he just turned into the perfect dog. He just grew into himself. He was always up for adventure. Loves adventure. Always up for a hike. Always up to date. And his biggest thing in life was staying one step ahead of you. Always knowing before you did where you were going. He wanted to read. He was reading all the signs. He was a master at studying John and me. He knew each one of our, he knew when we were going to the refrigerator and when we were just getting up and going to the, he just could read the signs when he had to get up and when he didn't have to get up. He's smart.